right, y'all
Here we go. Here we go.
Fresh, I cut my hair. You know
so
what
fresh
I'm
and so clean.
You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling kind of good. You know what I'm saying? We rolling over.
We rolling.
Hey, man. So again, man, I'm glad to see y'all come back, man.
We glad that you here.
Glad that you came in this. You want to chill with us?
With us.
You know what I mean? Try not to cuss too much. Anyway, but check it out, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in with us again. My name is Jacques Wright.
Adrian Peace.
And this is the Nice Guys Podcast. So, man, welcome back, y'all. It's another one of these magnificent episodes. I've been watching some of our stuff too, man, just to kind of get a feel. Some stuff I forgot I even said. I'm like,
right, for sure.
That's kind of flat. I ain't realize.
I'll be editing these back like, we talked about that.
Yeah. You know, but that's the thing is metacognition, man. Think about thinking as well. But again, this episode, what we're going to talk about, man, is being nice versus being kind.
There's a distinction. There's a difference.
There is a difference. Even the definition of the words, two different words, two different concepts. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because I was talking to an old head at the Cheesecake Factory. It's notorious for me to go on a Saturday afternoon, go to Cheesecake Factory, try to catch some wisdoms, you know what I'm saying? Try to talk to some older folk. Cat named Reggie. He was real cool, man. He was like, bro, just make sure that you know the distinction between being nice and being kind.
Right.
And I was like, man, what you mean by that? He was like, well, if you're being nice, a lot of times you're willing to sacrifice yourself in the process to be nice, even though you should be kind.
Right.
And then with the kindness, and I was like, damn, keep breaking it down. He's like, he said, with the kindness, not only are you being kind to yourself, you're being kind to the other person by being able to say no and set boundaries.
Wow. That's interesting.
Versus just being nice. Like being nice doesn't really put you in a position where you're always comfortable because, of course, you're trying to be nice to help somebody else or sacrifice yourself in the process. But being kind allows you to be in a position where strategically I can say no and be kind to myself and to you because, of course, I'm not sacrificing myself and I'm not going to sit there and make you the person, be a burden or be the situation that makes me feel uncomfortable. I was like, damn, I never thought about that.
Yeah, that's definitely a message that I need because I find myself a lot of times in that position of being nice when I should be being kind. And I feel like the difference to me is like kind of like the spirit behind it too. So it's like anybody can be nice, put on a nice face, smile in your face and do all of that. Stuff that we think of as kind. Oh, I can open the door for you, stuff like that. But my spirit be the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? I get behind closed doors and I'm somebody completely different.
That's what he was saying too. You could pretend to be nice.
Yeah, exactly. But to like truly be kind, like your heart is really in the right place and stuff like that. Exactly. And I feel like to even really do that, you kind of have to be in a place where you're cognizant of just the boundaries that, you know what I'm saying? You're cognizant of, okay, I know my worth, basically. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
that's really what
I think to be able to, well, that's not necessarily true. What I was about to say.
Just say
I'm having an argument with myself right now.
It happens, man. I was like,
I was about to be like, to even acknowledge somebody else's worth, you kind of have to know your own, but that's not necessarily true. But what I'm getting at is just like, if you're going to acknowledge somebody else's worth, you should also acknowledge your own.
Exactly. And never sacrifice that.
Yeah.
Never allow yourself to be on the bottom side of the situation because you want to make somebody else feel good about what's going on in their situation.
Yeah, exactly.
And it doesn't help anybody in that process because all you're going to do is build resentment. And then, of course, that person that you're dealing with could easily just be like one day flight out or just be gone. And then at the end of the day, you're going to feel like, damn, I didn't win nothing in that situation. I didn't garner anything in that situation. You got to look at that situation as well. Understand that you're deserving of things too.
Absolutely.
You should be given, a peace of mind as well. It should not just be somebody else being on the other side of it. So now I'm not saying you got to be selfish,
right?
But being selfish sometimes in situations is important to do as well too. Just being overall selfish is not good, but to be selfish in a situation where it's needed,
absolutely,
take advantage of that.
That's a necessity. Yeah, we look down on being selfish like too much.
Yeah, like that taboo was like almost like a trending thing. Oh, you just selfish. You know, like those trending words is like, okay, nigga, I am gonna be selfish in this situation. You're fucking right. I'm gonna look out for me in this very moment because that's gonna help me out. And damn you, because you can just get up and leave one day. And that's it. But what about me in the long run? Not saying that you have to always be in that situation, because of course, then that's when it becomes toxic.
Right.
But you just gotta know that balance. And
because if I never help myself, how am I be able to help you in the first place? So,
and then I feel like, how can you love other people if the love don't start within?
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was trying to say. Yeah,
Lauryn Hill was saying, you know what I'm saying? She said that very well, very distinctively.
Right.
And I don't know the quote, but I remember hearing it somewhere in that Miseducation.
Yeah, how you can't win? How we gonna win
when you ain't right within? Girl,
come again. You know what I'm saying?
You know, shout out to Lauryn Hill.
Shout out to Lauryn Hill.
She's so damn delicious. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
I had to say that one time.
It's a queen right there. It's a queen.
Oh, she's amazing. She's immaculate.
Absolutely.
She don't show up on time, but she show up when she needs to. You understand?
It's all right.
Yeah, shout out to you, Lauryn Hill. But no, man, I think, and I needed to hear at that very moment because I was dealing with that weird situation I was dealing with at that very moment. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. And I was just like, damn, universe, what the hell was that?
Right.
Sometimes the other moments, like, people, shout out to y'all, the human beings out there that be doing this. People do some shit. You be like,
some of y'all are very strange. I'm
gonna cuss a little. What the fuck was that, man? I had to hear, what the, bleep it out of me. What the fuck did you just say to me? Like, and then some people that truly believed of that, and you're like, even at that moment, it's like, I could choose to be nice and ignore the situation. Oh, yeah, you're right. You know, aliens, or you can be like kind of like, what the fuck? Like, okay, check this out. We're not gonna talk no more. Go ahead, homie, man. Shout out to my homie Ron Voyage. You know what? You're gonna be on the pod eventually. He's like, man, I would have told that bitch to leave my number. But that's just being kind because you being real with her. You're not dragging her along, and then you being real with yourself because you ain't rocking with it.
Exactly. And I think the making a distinction between being nice and being kind also mean. No, I'm good. It implies that there's also a distinction to be made between. Or it like teaches you that there's a distinction between being kind and being like mean. You know what I'm saying? Like that's obvious, but
I like that.
You can be kind and like you said, set boundaries. You can say no and still not be mean spirited in it. You know what I'm saying? Because
respectful.
Yeah.
No,
because there's that being kind is kind of a middle ground in a sense as well. Because you can be overly nice and stuff like that. Let people walk all over you and stuff like that, or you can be. Right. Like, no, I'm not being rude by saying no. I'm not being rude by telling you what I really think. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. I'm being, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not like, you know what I'm saying, calling you out your name all the time. And, you know, it might happen once or twice, but sometimes, you know.
It will happen.
It's going to happen sometimes. But
what the fuck? You just say to me? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Like, nigga,
we human. We had them reactionals.
Yeah, reactionals. Quality Melanie S is coming out. Be looking out for that brand. It's coming out. We got stuff.
Right, but it's like, you know, you keep your spirit right, and then it's you gonna stay right in that sweet spot.
I think so, and I think that's necessary. I think that would help out a lot of folks
definitely
in life. You know, especially those that eventually like snap or whatever, because I think that's what simping is. I think simping is being too nice. You know damn well this young lady does not have true intentions of being with you, having a kid, doing anything she's saying, but she look good.
Right.
So, but yet you still tricking off your money doing all this other wild stuff. And it's like, bro, how you doing that? And he was talking about that a little bit in this situation because he felt like he got swindled. He got caught up in a situation. The girl wanted she wanted $1 million baby, basically. So the dude had, you know, he's well off.
Okay.
And she really was just rocking with him for the paper.
Right.
I get the game. You know, everybody, if you ain't got no game and you're lying, that's on you.
Yeah.
But just know that there's a game being played a lot of times. Absolutely. You just got to know you got to play to win.
How to maneuver, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Not to hurt nobody else, but I think in that situation, she probably was one of them foxes that he couldn't resist. And she knew he had some money based on what was going on. And but even that, he was like, man, be mindful what people ask you, like, what do you do for life? You know, what do you do in this life? You know, sometimes you're like, oh, you know, as me as a person, as I represent myself, I'm like, well, I'm an intelligent individual that likes to help other people out. And on day to day, I make sure to fulfill my purpose. Yeah. Versus like, oh, well, I'm an artist, I'm a sales rep, I make this, that, and the third, and all this money, because that's just your outer side of yourself. But like in terms of who you really are to other people, that's a whole nother part that you play as well too. So a lot of times you can avoid that. And then what I'm trying to tie that back to is a lot of times you can avoid certain individuals by just being upfront versus just trying to, flaunt your money or what you've accomplished, you know, too, as well. So being kind to yourself in that situation as well, too, is by really addressing who you are and not trying to, boast about what you've accomplished and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Would definitely kind of mediate, kind of change the narrative in terms of what kind of people you attract.
Right. Yeah. So being comfortable with yourself, like you said, knowing your purpose and just like constantly reminding yourself of what it is you're doing to fulfill your purpose, and that's why you're here to fulfill your purpose. Like it puts you in a zone of being comfortable enough to be comfortable enough to set those boundaries and to still be kind to others. So that you don't feel like you have to overcorrect in either direction. You don't feel like, oh, I'm not going to be liked unless I'm smiling all the time. Or you don't feel like, oh, I'm not going to be respected unless I'm mean mugging all the time. You know what I'm saying? Either one is going to burn you out.
I do it in corporate America. I got that corporate voice. I shared it with you.
Right.
How you doing? After a while, man.
I've been on both sides of that where either, I'm walking into work, right before I'm walking in, I'm like, shh. And then I walk in, I'm like, hey guys, how are you? Oh yeah. Oh man, going great. And it burns you out. And it burns you out. And then I've been on the other side where I'm constantly mean mugging, trying to seem like, keep looking at nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta show people I ain't no chump out here on these streets. You know what I'm saying?
Like you went to prison for the first time. Like, this booty's not for sale. Shout out to Fleece Johnson. This ain't for sale.
Right. But like when you're really comfortable with yourself, like all of that can kind of go out the window. So I think that's very important to being able to, it's like a prerequisite to being able to truly be a kind person or a kind soul. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's like at the end of the day, it's just healthier for yourself as well too, because of stress levels. And there's other things that play a part in that as well, because if you're sitting there trying to force yourself to do things, I think your body going to react to it as well. You develop hives, rashes, frustration, all types of weird stuff happens to you because your body triggers certain hormones.
Right, it's like chemicals. It knows it's an unnatural,
unhealthy environment. Yeah. And it's going to react a certain way too. So, I mean, if you're thinking about certain ailments, things that are associated with, stress levels and strokes and all that wildness that happens, because people don't have those moments to really, I would say, digress and really assess what's going on. Yeah. And are you really showing up to be who you are at all times?
Yeah. And I feel like we having this conversation and then it's kind of, high-minded in a sense, because we talking about kind of bigger themes, but this can relate to everyday little things too. So some of y'all know y'all ain't got the 25% when it come up on the screen, but you be feeling like you gotta push it on that tip. You know what I'm saying?
I go 10 to 15 every time.
Hit that zero. hit that zero.
Sometimes you do gotta just write a line through the chat. Like, I got it this time. Shit, you gonna get paid still. Not this time.
This is y'all getting paid by Panda Express. You don't need my, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, the roundup?
I do the roundup, but I'm like, we go, you go to the register everywhere.
Oh,
they gonna pop up the little tip thing.
Yeah, it's like, man, look, man,
come on
still
now,
getting paid.
You know you ain't got it. It's all right.
Yeah, it's cool.
But you know your purpose, and you know that you live in your life daily to fulfill that purpose, and so you're already being good to the world. You know what I'm saying?
You are. And then one time you can't tip.
You ain't got to feel bad. Yeah.
One time you can't tip. It's cool.
Listen, when they send you that message on OnlyFans,
I don't
either, but we was talking about simps.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I want to give
They try to get you. Go ahead, John.
I'm not spending when they send you that, hey, daddy.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I made this special for it's not for you.
You already got pictures up and videos up on Instagram. I see enough booty. That's enough booty for me right there. Yeah. You didn't show me all the treats. How much more treats up? Unless they're $7.99, give me in person. And I can see you, we can kick it.
For $7.99.
For $7.99. You know what I'm saying? Do something strange for some chains, baby.
Listen, take that $20.99 that you spending and put that in Stash or Robinhood, get you some stocks.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
They will never get me. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I thought about I'm not doing that because that's $20 for gas I could be using on some food I could be eating.
Right.
I'm not even close to the chicks in real life, so why I'm gonna go pay for some chicks I'm gonna see virtually? Virtual chicks ain't enough for me. I need an in-person situation. It's enough to go on dates and spend all your money and trying to be nice in those situations.
Right.
The kind way is to say, yo, look, I'm not keep spending $200 on a date and I ain't getting no nookie.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say it on camera? I did.
Look, in the Instagram comments, she knows she fine.
You ain't got to keep saying
you don't look.
I do it anyway. So I'll be third side. I'm like, God damn. Oh, I'll be like, put a gift in there, like, woo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to let them know when it's too it's too good. I can't.
No,
like it's not enough.
I understand. You gotta throw some fires down there.
All the time.
You gotta throw some fires, some money bags.
Oh, some praise hands. Like, look, that's a beautiful gift. That's just not being nice. Me being kind to myself. Like I'm gonna say something to this chocolate.
I get that, but listen, you don't have to write no whole paragraph talking about how she a beautiful person.
Some lady named Lily. Shout out, if you ever see this girl, Lord have mercy. You hold it down, Lily.
Some people be in the comments talking, you're such a beautiful soul.
Man, I ain't saying. I'm saying what's on my mind. I'm being kind to myself. Like, look at them cheeks. I say exactly what's on my mind. Ain't no filter in my joint.
She twerking.
You see Umi on there? Umi on there.
She twerking. You talking about her personality?
No, I'm like twerk more. Twerk a little bit harder. It wasn't enough. I need more. Rotate that one cuff. That one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
You being kind to me, I'm gonna be kind to you. I'm gonna let you know my critiques.
Right.
I don't like all that. That is weird. I'm gonna say what's on my mind. That's what you put it online for me to do.
I hear you.
You know, this one lady was like, num. Like, yeah, num. I want some num. You know who you is. If you ever see this, you know exactly who you. Num. Whenever I hit the comment section, say num. You know what time it is. You know what I'm thinking about. I told her, I'm gonna put you in a buttermilk biscuit and slop you up. I'll be saying stuff like that. I'll be saying some
wild. That's
yes, I do. I don't care. I say what's on my mind. I know it sounds like some old school.
Yeah, that's some down south stuff right there. So like, but listen, that's I don't know where to go after that. But niceness, man, niceness and kindness.
I'd rather be kind.
I'd rather be kind, man.
Tell you what it is.
Exactly.
Shout it. Oh, man.
Another facet of this conversation is like, we kind of touched on it, but I feel like a lot of people who are who get trapped into the thing of always being nice and stuff like that. Another reason it burns you out is because it makes it seem like everything is so transactional. And
what's genuine?
There is I feel like an inherent transactionalness, that's a word, to relationships and stuff like that. Okay. But that thing it shouldn't be it's like on the back end of the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's in the background, not something that should be at the forefront of it. And like constantly being nice and stuff like that, it kind of puts it at the forefront.
It's such an expectation too. That sometimes you can't always keep up to.
Right.
You know, that's why if y'all notice, my mannerisms have probably changed over time with this podcast. I was trying to be all, nice, and then I'm like, hold on, man, that's not me all the time.
Yeah.
You know, y'all see me in real life. I'm like, nigga, it's not as peachy kids even, and I gotta be comfortable where I'm at. And I feel like
absolutely.
Within this as well, like, because we're establishing a relationship with y'all that's tuning in with us, I got to be, genuine in who I am all the time as well. So I think that's only fair.
Right,
I think
absolutely.
that's being fair to y'all, being fair to myself as well. So
Indeed. I don't normally talk this loud or this emphatically, or unless I'm talking to like the homies and stuff like that. But there's a certain, I feel like people don't really understand, like, until they do something like this, what all goes into it. Because we sitting here, thinking about 100 different things right now. Like, all right, when is he gonna stop talking? Do I have the next thing that I'm gonna say in mind? We're producing the episode while we creating it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 100 different things going through both our heads right now, and we trying to do all of that and still be present in the conversation. So to come on here and to do all of that and still be authentic with yourself and with who you are and who you want to tell your audience that you are is something that's really important. But yeah, to go back to that, I feel like what I do for you or you do for me is you can look at it to in a sense of like, okay, if we never did anything for each other, or if we never, I didn't answer your calls, you didn't answer my texts, stuff like that. Obviously, in that sense, a relationship is transactional, right? Because there has to be that back and forth. There has to be that thing that lets the other person know that that person is there for them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like there's some requirement for you to be giving me something, or you know what I'm saying? It's
right, and then that's when the bogusness come in, because basically the only time I basically am of value to you is when I can do something for you.
Exactly.
And that being nice and being a simp is what creates that environment. Because when you're dealing with that young lady, or you're dealing with those type of situations in life, and you're only doing these things just to be nice to make somebody else feel good, it's like you're still in that situation, creating this environment where they can take advantage of you.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you're going to feel less valued as a person in general, because only time or when something comes up in your life and you need them to show up, they're not going to show up. Mm-hmm. It's not going to happen. I don't know why somebody would have expected this. This is not going to happen. Because you set that boundary where they can just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Without there being any consequences, or you just being, available at all times, and then not setting that precedence for yourself to say that, well, like even when I do like sales, or do my art sales, case in point, I've had a time where, I was in a situation, I'm like, damn, like if I would have stood my ground, yes, I would have been broke as well. That would have been the case. But in that situation, I was just, in desperation, I just really wanted to kind of get that art piece off, but then I felt really bad about it. So like even in that situation, I realized, sometimes you got to be still, you got to set boundaries and be kind with yourself, and not lowball your value and what you can do. If it's just a straight transaction. Now, there's other times when I've worked and done pieces with people to build that relationship. Yeah. But not because I'm just trying to just be nice. I'm like trying to actually be like, yo, I appreciate you appreciating me. I'll knock some of the price off for that, just to knock it off, and you might share it to somebody else. So just make sure that
help me get my name out there.
Exactly, that it's still beneficial for both parties.
Right, absolutely.
That's really what we're trying to get at, is not being well balanced. We talked about balance before, but it's coming back again. But that niceness versus being kind allows you to set that, well, I can be kind to myself and kind to you, so that no matter what transaction happens, whether it be sales, relationship, your parents, your siblings, you're not always being put in this position where they have to expect certain things from you because you set this unrealistic standard for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, as humans, we are meant to be in mutually symbiotic relationships with one another.
We're
not parasitic.
Yeah, it's commune. We have a very commune nature. Like, it's all about being able to build relationships and be cool with folks, and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as it's, the relationship is equally beneficial, there's no issue with that. It should be no problem. So look out for yourself too.
That's absolutely.
Why we use that moniker, and I was talking to somebody else about why we call ourselves the nice guys. It's a play on words. Yeah, we can be nice, but we're nice at what we do. You're nice with your talents, and nice with my talents. We just present it to the world, but it's always this huge stigma behind it. So why not utilize that? So that's why we use it. Being nice versus being kind in this episode, so y'all understand what it is. Yeah, we're not just gonna be no suckers, man. We out here just trying to, make a difference, be positive, but also be realistic with it at the same time. So.
Exactly. So watch what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Watch what you say when you see us out in front.
Don't think it's sweet. You get some of this beige rage. I'm saying, shout out to my boy Ryan. Like, I was just saying that beige rage. What up? I'm like, you a fool. Yeah. But no, man, I think we definitely broke it down. Hopefully everything that we said, it was multi-layered, but I think it makes sense. I think it's very interesting in terms of what we do. Shout out to your mom as well, man. She's been a huge supporter.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate you. Hopefully you see this all the way through. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Y'all go check out her book, Forever in Love.
Absolutely.
And now in stores, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got my copy, so I'm waiting to come through the mail still. Did I get my copy? I don't think I got my copy yet.
Oh yeah, we gotta get that Prime on it so it come quick. You know what I'm saying? It's not Prime right now, but
that's what's going on. I was like, I just thought, did I ever get the book? No, it's all good. It's coming though. It's coming in the mail. Hell yeah, I'm looking forward to actually reading it and getting into it, man. It's dope to meet another author, somebody that creates something to put in front of everybody for the world to see. So,
right.
Yeah. But again, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in with us. Again, my name is Jacques Wright.
Adrian Peace.
This is the Nice Guys Podcast. Y'all stay blessed, and man, we appreciate that. Appreciate everything y'all do, and much love to y'all, man. Much respect.
Peace.